Welcome back to Poprageous. I'm Danny Alex. The second special episode of Doctor Who aired, and wow, we had a pretty big reveal. The episode is called Wild Blue Yonder, and we're going to dissect this baby. So after watching the first Doctor Who special episode, The Star Beast, last week, I wasn't overly optimistic about what the second special episode was going to give us. But to my surprise, I found it to be a lot better than the first one, with only a couple of instances where Russell T Davies felt compelled to add in some modern-day, mildly woke subject matter, with one small and one pretty big reveal about the Doctor. The episode starts off with a visit to Sir Isaac Newton. Now, this scene has no impact on the episode except for the quirky way they changed the word gravity to mavity. This has always been the charm of Doctor Who and how they add these bits of interesting scenes that act like world building for the Doctor Who franchise.
You serious, Clark?
And in this case, it also leads us to our big reveal in this episode that we'll get into in a bit. So the episode starts with the TARDIS crash landing on a spaceship at the edge of our known universe. The Doctor and Donna become stranded when the TARDIS dematerializes and they are forced to explore the ship, which they find abandoned. After locating the bridge, they are confronted by a pair of alien entities who are apparently from another universe. Now, they take the form of the Doctor and Donna, but the problem is they're not very good at it. And this begins with what will be the majority of the episode, with a series of interactions between them. I actually found the concept and the interactions with these two unknown aliens kind of interesting. And I'll confess that my favorite show is How the Universe Works on the Science Channel, so I'm a sucker for any thought-provoking idea that deals with our universe, which is why I kind of probably like this episode. It had some interesting ideas that it delved into that were compelling enough to keep my attention, and definitely had the Doctor Who feel and curiosity factor. After a few interactions with the aliens, the Doctor figures out that they are trying to enter our universe by using them to learn how to pilot the ship. Then they find out that the ship's captain initiated a slow and prolonged self-destruct sequence before killing herself to prevent the entities from taking control of the ship. And it's at this time that the show sprinkles in some pronoun tidbits. It was for the most part harmless, as Donna says, "Why did they throw him out, her out, them out?" With the Doctor replying that it is in fact a her. Now, it was totally fine, and if anyone is up in arms over this, then they're probably being just a little too sensitive over the woke stuff. Did it have to be in there? No, it didn't, but not a big deal. It actually came across more funny than anything else. The episode ends when the Doctor speeds up the self-destruct sequence just as the TARDIS returns, allowing the Doctor and Donna to escape while the two alien entities are destroyed when the spaceship self-destructs. Now, there were two reveals in this episode. Did you catch them? One small one and one big one. The small one is, well, the Doctor knows 57 billion and 205 languages. Is that even possible given the computing capacity of the human brain? I mean, I don't think so, but hey, I'll buy it. And then the other one was when Donna brings up Sir Isaac Newton. She asks the Doctor, was it me or was Sir Isaac Newton hot? The Doctor responds with, he was, wasn't he? He was hot. He surprises himself and asks, is that who I am now? A subtle way of establishing that the Doctor is in fact gay, or at least bisexual.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Now you can ask the question, did we even need that reveal to happen? It had nothing to do with the story, and only someone who was predisposed with a woke mindset would actually believe that they need to write that into the script. I know that if I wrote this episode, it wouldn't enter my mind, nor would I feel it necessary to establish which sex the Doctor prefers to spend his time with in bed. I mean, why does it even matter to the story? But in the big picture, it's not that big of a deal and really shouldn't offend anyone. If you are, again, you might be taking things a little too seriously. And hey, you know, the Doctor being gay is not that much of a surprise, is it?
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Overall, I thought this episode had some of the old Doctor Who charm with interesting concepts that fire up the synapses and allow you to contemplate the universe. From a production perspective, this episode was primarily a set-driven episode with some obvious green screen shots. The sets were okay and in keeping with what you would expect from a Doctor Who show. There really wasn't anything that I didn't like, and as I mentioned before, there were a few story ideas that made this episode an interesting watch. We end this episode when the Doctor and Donna return to the alley from where they left back on Earth, and they bump into Wilfred, who tells them the world is at an end as chaos erupts all around them. Looks like the Doctor has his next mission, and with it, our next episode. So on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm giving the Doctor Who special number 2, while Blue Yonder a score of 7. If you like what you heard, I thank you for watching and invite you to subscribe and join the Poprageous family. And if you didn't like what you heard, well, I thank you all the same. And we'll see you in our next video.